Elephant herds travel 12 hours to mourn a human who once rescued them. We are all aware that animals have feelings as well, and when their loved owner is no longer alive they too cry and show their sadness. However, this story is astonishing because no one had told these giants that their helper, savior, and owner has expired. Not even science couldn't give an explanation for this miraculous event. These massive animals just knew. No one knows how, but precisely 1 year after his demise, the same herd marched for 12 hours to his house again to pay their respects. They stood in front of his house for 2 whole days and then went back to continue with their lives. Lawrence Anthony was a great man. He created the Tula Game Reserve in South Africa in 1999 and opened its doors to wild elephants. Although it wasn't part of his original plan, Anthony took a leap of faith and accepted the rogue elephants, otherwise, they would have been assassinated. These particular elephants were infamous for running away from other enclosures and causing trouble. However, Lawrence saw good in them and decided to give them shelter in his reserve. Their beautiful relationship began after a phone call from an elephant welfare organization. Would Anthony be interested in adopting a problem herd of wild elephants? They lived on a game reserve 600 miles away and were troublesome. Soon, he became close to the majestic beasts and began to treat them like his own children. Lawrence Anthony got the nickname the Elephant Whisperer as he used words and gestures to speak to them. He focused on the matriarch since elephant herds are always headed up by one. This was a good way to connect with the rest of the elephants. Her name was Nana, and within no time, she and the Whisperer got so close to each other that they would even visit Lawrence's house and his family. One day, a new dawn broke when Nana reached out to Lawrence and put her trunk through the fence to reach him. He realized that she wanted him to pet her, and that signified the start of their beautiful relationship. The elephants then grew very fond of Lawrence as well as his wife, Francois. As time passed, this human-animal relationship got stronger and stronger, but unfortunately, on 2nd of March 2012, the conservationist passed away. As per reports, Lawrence had expired because of a heart attack, and during his lifetime, the man saved the lives of many animals like elephants, crocodiles, and rhinoceros. Anthony had left his career in insurance to live his dreams, and also managed to talk the African rebels, who were all wanted, into caring for and nursing the remaining northern white rhinoceros. Nonetheless, none of that matches up to the relationship and sacred link that he had with Nana, as well as her herds. According to the conservationist's son, Dylan, the elephants hadn't visited their house for almost 1.5 years. So the family was surprised when they saw Nana and her herd standing outside their house to mourn the loss. Upon the passing of Lawrence, these majestic beasts walked 12 hours from the Zululand bush to their friend's home to pay their respects. They stood vigil for 2 days outside of Lawrence's house before returning to their regular lives in the bush. What's even more amazing is that no one told both herds, which were led by their matriarch Nana, about Lawrence's demise. It's like they just knew about it. I guess the old maiden's tale is true, animals can sense things we can't. Astonishingly, this was just a one-time thing. The loyal elephants traveled 12 hours on 2nd March every year to acknowledge the demise of their fallen comrade. Lawrence's legacy still lives on in the Tula Game Reserve under his son, Dylan's care, through the Earth Organization, which Lawrence founded in 1998. He also accepted an honorary Doctor of Science degree on behalf of his dad from the University of KwaZulu-Natal's College of Agriculture, Engineering and Science. Lawrence Anthony also wrote 3 books, Baghdad Ark, detailing his efforts to rescue the animals at Baghdad Zoo during the Iraqi battle, The Last Rhinos, and his best-selling The Elephant Whisperer. According to Graham Spence, Anthony's brother-in-law and also the co-author of 3 books, Nana and her herds are completely fine and are doing well. While accepting the degree, Dylan spoke a few words about his father and talked about his extraordinary depth and his love of people. Love of adventure, his love of animals, his infectious laugh, and his piercing sense of humor. Underlying everything Lawrence did was a clear understanding that education is the key to success in reversing mankind's ill-advised and reckless actions, where they result in environmental deterioration and the endangerment and loss of species, he further added. In his book The Elephant Whisperer, the conservationist highlights the conversation between him and Nana, the matriarch of her herd. The book explains that the first group that arrived at Tula Tula several years ago was vicious. They hated humans, and Anthony found himself fighting a desperate battle for their survival and their trust, which he detailed in The Elephant Whisperer. One of the PhD graduates wrote, "If there ever were a time when we can truly sense the wondrous interconnectedness of all beings, it is when we reflect on the elephants of Tula Tula. A man's heart stops, and hundreds of elephants' hearts are grieving. This man's so abundantly loving heart offered to heal these elephants, and now, they came to pay loving homage to their friend.